have. Today in Calabama Cooking, we're stepping up our game. We are making a peach amaretto custard bake. Let it all sink in because we're about to be fancy up here in Calabama, y'all. Come on in the kitchen, let's cook. So family, at the time of this recording, initially, it is summer and peaches are in season. Beautiful peaches. So I've got some fresh peaches here that I'm gonna peel and I'm gonna cut these up into slices. We're gonna use these for our peach amaretto custard bake. And I just wanna show you how to peel them because there's actually discussion on how to properly peel a peach. So I'm gonna be real basic and show you how I do it. I take a knife, I take a peach, I peel. Complicated, right? We're gonna use about 2 cups of peaches or so for this recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these peaches all peeled, okay? And cut up into slices. Now, when I said there's debate and discussion over how to peel a peach, let me tell you what I mean. There are some schools of thought in some peaches that need you to boil them and let the skin come off that way. I'm just saying there's a whole bunch of things that you can do and a whole bunch of ways to look at it. And if you want to make this and it's not peach season, I've made this with canned peaches as well. It works just as fine. But if it's summer and you have access to some fresh, pretty peaches like these right here, honey, go ahead on and make it do what it do. You understand what I'm saying? Now this dish is technically called, okay, y'all ready? About to get fancy, a clafouti. All right, now if I said that wrong, French folks, don't correct me, just act like it was right. Which is really a way of baking fruit and custard. But that's a big word. And the last thing you need is somebody from Calabama trying to pronounce words wrong, like clafouti. I'm gonna find out that's wrong and I'm gonna look like a fool because this is World Wide Web. So we just gonna call it peach bake. How about that? Okay, custard bake. And we're gonna put some amaretto in this as well to give it a nice kiss of flavor. Amaretto is a deliciously rich liqueur that's just very friendly. It's very friendly liqueur, you know? It helps you make friends and keep friends, okay? All right, guys, let me finish peeling and cutting these peaches up, and I will be right back. Well, guys, I've cut up the peaches. Look at this. I've got a couple cups of peaches here. They are so sweet and delicious, perfectly ripe. I'm excited. All right, we're gonna get started on making our custard because this is a custard bake. So we're gonna start with eggs. Here I've got 3 whole eggs, and I'm going to put the eggs into my mixer. The reason I'm using the mixer is because I really want these eggs to get nice and fluffy. I really want them to beat well. So I'm gonna turn the speed up a little bit and let them go to town. While our eggs are beating, I've got a little bit of melted butter here. I'm gonna take this melted butter and just put it on the rim of my shallow baking dish. Put it around just to help it keep from sticking, okay? Like that. Get all in the cracks and the crevices. You can spray this also with cooking spray if you prefer. Okay. As our eggs continue to fluff up, we're going to add to them sugar and flour, some heavy cream, and some amaretto. This is going to really set it off. I'm telling you, trust me on this, okay? Trust me. All right, our eggs are fluffing up a little bit. This is exactly what we want. Let's go ahead and stop these. We're gonna add in the sugar and the flour. Loosen that up, okay? Like so. Sugar, flour, and a pinch of salt. Don't forget your pinch of salt. It's not gonna make it salty, it's just gonna help enhance the flavor. Okay, that's about a half a teaspoon, that's about all you need. And we're gonna let this go to town. Take a spatula and scrape down the sides. You can do this in a blender as well. I've seen this done in a blender, and you can also just use a whisk and do it by hand. It's not that difficult. I've just found in the past it works best when you use a mixer or a blender to make sure you really get those eggs beaten well. Oh. All right, I'm gonna turn this down and start adding our milk or cream. I'm using heavy cream, but you can use heavy cream, you can use regular milk, evaporated milk, Pick a cream, any cream, half and half, you know. I just like heavy cream because y'all know I like the richness. Just slowly pour that in. Make sure to get all of that out. And this is such a quick dessert. You can honestly have this thing together in less than 10 minutes and then just baking time. Here's our amaretto. This is just a couple tablespoons. It's gonna just kiss it, you know? This is like fancy peach cobbler. Can we call it that? Fancy peach cobbler? Okay, this is whipping up so beautifully. Turn the speed up just a bit. And here I have some melted butter. I'm gonna add the melted butter in there just a little at a time because I don't want to accidentally cook those eggs because they're still raw. And the fat from this butter is going to do wonders for the texture of our custard. A poke of it. There we go. Beautiful. I just love it when a plan comes together. All right, let's take a peek. Let's turn this off. Now look at how beautiful and rich this custard is. You see this? Oh my goodness. And the weight or the body, the lightness that it has is from those eggs that have just been whipped up to perfection. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm gonna taste a little bit too. Oh my God, that's so good. And the beauty of this is if your fruit is not as sweet as you want, you can add a little extra sugar into the custard. I'm gonna also put a smidge of this vanilla in there. But my peaches are nice and sweet. So for me, I think I just used I used a half a cup of sugar and that's plenty. I'm also gonna just add a smidge of vanilla. Vanilla is a wonderful backdrop for flavors. And that amaretto is just, give it another little mix. All right, now back to our dish here. You want to use a shallow dish. I recommend a shallow dish. We're gonna take our peaches and we're gonna put our peaches on the bottom, okay? Just like so. For the most part, we wanna try to have just about a single layer, okay? But you don't have to like fancy arrange the peaches and sit up there and put them in a design. Just get the peaches in. You see the size I cut them? See how let me get one, they're slippery. See how I cut this? This is a good size so that we'll be able to cut this dessert. You can eat it. It'll just work perfectly, okay? A little piece of peach skin. Little peach fuzz. I'm gonna try to make sure I get these around. Oh yeah. There we go. Just moving them around so everything is covered. Okay? Yeah, this is sophisticated peach cobbler. All right. Now we're gonna go in with our custard. All right. Let me take this off so I don't make a, oh boy, I'm about to make a mess, y'all. No, I'm not. Let me just slow down. There we go. All right, put that here. We're gonna go in with this custard and we're gonna pour the custard all over the peaches. See that? Just like that. Okay? And any that you have extra is fine, but you see how nice and rich and thick that is? That's gonna taste unbelievably amazing. Okay, and then just kind of spread it out to make sure you've got custard going everywhere. Oh, I'm beyond excited. The last step that we're gonna do on this before we put it in the oven is we're gonna put a crumb topping on this. And that crumb topping is going to be topped with an amaretto glaze, and that's gonna just set the flavor off, and it's also gonna give us a wonderful contrast of textures, the crunchy to the soft custard. Oh, all right, look at that. Perfect. You have a little extra custard, bake it on its own. Or cut up some more peaches or something, I don't know, okay? All right, so let's get our crumb topping made. So for our crumb topping, I've got some brown sugar, some flour, and softened butter. And you can use I like to just use my hand for this in a glove though, so I don't want to get the stuff everywhere. But all you're gonna do literally is mix these together, okay? And that butter, you want it to be room temperature, is going to mix in with this flour and brown sugar and give you a nice kind of a crummy top. Then you're gonna put it all over, okay? And bake it, and it's gonna be delicious. So I'm going in with my hands and I'm just basically smushing it all together. You can use 2 forks, you can use a pastry cutter, however you want to do it. You know, do you, but sometimes, you know, this is the best tool you have in the kitchen, right? Your hands. And our fancy peach cobbler, it's gonna be good. Did I tell y'all the word clafouti? Did I say clafouti? That's the technical French word for this. It's a clafouti. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, don't blow me up in my comments, okay? Be kind, but y'all can tell me I said that wrong. That's just the Bama in me. Cali, Bama. All right, see the texture of this? Can you see that? See that, guys? This texture is what we want. It's nice, like kind of like peas. You know, and we say that a lot with pie crust. It's got like a pea-like texture to it. But it's like the size of peas, and the textures each is, they're not dried out. They've got some moisture in them from the butter, which is gonna help when it bakes. All right, let's sprinkle this on top. Our beautiful clafouti. I think I just like saying the word. Oh, okay. Back to business. Back to our bake, our custard bake. Okay, here we go. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this on here generously. This butter and brown sugar and flour are just gonna make a delightful topping to this. And we're gonna make an amaretto glaze, and when it comes out the oven, we'll put the amaretto glaze with it. I know I'm making a mess with stuff everywhere in the kitchen, don't worry. That's part of how I do. I'm sorry. All right, this is gonna go in a 375-degree oven. We're gonna bake it, and then we'll be back to feast. Okay, while our peach custard bake is in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and make this amaretto glaze to put on it once it comes out. I am melting brown sugar and butter together, and we're gonna let the brown sugar completely dissolve. Let this come to a nice boil. Then we're gonna hit it with this amaretto, and this is going to be the key. It's gonna make it taste amazing. We're gonna put it on top of that crumb topping, you know what I'm talking about? Yes, y'all, yes! Woo, it's gonna be everything, and then some. All right, let's let this keep coming together. When you're melting butter and sugars together like this, you want to keep it moving because you'll need the butter to incorporate into the sugar as it melts. That makes sense, right? Y'all understood what I meant? Okay, keep stirring it. How about that? Okay, I'm gonna keep stirring it. Like melting butter and sugar, especially brown sugar. I'm brown sugar. That's what my oldest son Richard always says. I say, Rich, give me some brown sugar. He'll say, here I am, Mom. Crazy boy. Okay, see how we're combining this and getting everything incorporated? That's what you want. You want this to come together, one nice, happy family. Now that we've got some boiling action going, starting up, see that? Starting to boil just a little bit. I'm gonna start adding the amaretto. Oh, did you hear that? Ooh, smell, oh my God, I love the smell of amaretto. Okay. There we go. We're gonna let this come together and cook down. So as this boils, the alcohol will evaporate and cook off, and we'll be left with a beautiful, almost like a caramel sauce with a lovely touch of amaretto in it. It's a kiss, okay? It's a kiss, see? Keep stirring. All right, guys, well, now that this has boiled for about 5 or 7 good minutes together, I took a spoon, dipped it in, and you want it to coat the back of the spoon, and you see how that's dripping off like that? That's how we know we've got a nice glaze. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. Oh, remove it from the heat. Gonna let it calm down just a bit, and then I'm gonna put it into this measuring cup. So when I get our dish out of the oven, we're gonna add this glaze to it. All right, guys, look at this. Is this not just absolutely beautiful? This is our Peach Amaretto Custard Bake with a beautiful crumb top. I want you to see how it's set up nicely. Oh, this is perfect. Still hot, so we gotta make sure we give it some time to cool. This is that amaretto glaze we made. Look at that, beautiful. All right, and what we're gonna do is just drizzle this over the top. And this is gonna just really amplify the flavors. It's gonna bring out the amaretto. Oh, and you don't have to go crazy with it. You just wanna drizzle some on there, like so. And you save some on the side, and when you serve it, you can have it as a sauce over ice cream by itself, or just have it as a sauce on the side with the dish. All right, look at this. I'm just gonna be a little careful here. So pretty. Fancy peach cobbler, y'all. We done made fancy peach cobbler. We made clafouti. Okay, we're gonna let this cool and then we'll cut a slice. Okay, fam, so this is it. It's beautiful. I cut a slice. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, right? I cut a slice because I was too impatient to wait for it to cool more. And it came out and it was unbelievable, but I do need to let it cool just a little bit more so I can get a clean slice. So I kind of went in on this side so you can see it as well. See that? It cuts, it's just the custard is set up so beautifully. I'm gonna show you on one of these because I really want this to cool just a little bit more so it'll sit like it's supposed to, but let me show you. Ready? Look at this. This has got that amaretto glaze on it, okay? And look at how that custard has set up so beautifully. See that? That is just, I love this. And you know what? But you take a little bit of this amaretto glaze, and I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit more of it on there. Y'all, this is everything. Oh, man. I don't know what took me so long to make this. And I apologize to you, Mr. Peach Amaretto Custard Bake, for trying to cut you too soon, because I was greedy and in a hurry. I'm gonna give you about 20 minutes on your own, but I showed this one to the people so they can see everything. This is everything. All right, y'all. I got to go enjoy the fruits of my labor. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time right back here in the Love Lab for more Alabama cooking with your girl, Chef Lorious. Happy cooking.